Amanda and her husband are now celebrating their third anniversary. Amanda was preparing the meal. Steak and noodles, both their favorite meals. As Amanda was cooking the steak, her husband came up behind her, wrapping his arms around her waist and whispering in her ear, "Smells amazing, darling." Amanda smiled. "Glad you think so." Their laughter filled the room. "I love you," Amanda said, sighing. "I love you too, so much. Hey, I have to stop by the office to grab something for work." "I should be home before you finished," Austin said, grabbing his hat from the rack by the door. "Sounds good, you better be here," Amanda teased. "You bet I will." "Good, because I have a surprise for you when you get back." They smiled at each other. Austin started to head for the door. But Amanda had this sudden urge that something was wrong, or something was going to happen. But this happened often for Amanda. Her anxiety isn't very easily escaped. She grabbed Austin's arm, and he turned to face her. Her face was full of worry, her eyebrows knit together. "Stay safe," she whispered. "I always am," he smiled, kissing her for a short second. Amanda waited by the door until she saw his white car pull out of the driveway, towards his office. Amanda sighed to herself, wishing her anxiety would go away. Butterflies, the bad ones, the ones that make you sick to your stomach, wouldn't go away from Amanda. She clutched her stomach, feeling ill. The house seemed quiet to Amanda now that he was gone, though it wasn't quite. Her pet bird chirped in the distance. Her dog whined at her feet, and the steak sizzled on the burner. She bent down and scratched her dog's head. "Sorry, I don't have any food for you," she smiled. Austin worked about 15 minuets from the house, so originally it shouldn't take that long. But on the way he had some trouble. Amanda couldn't help but be constantly worried when Austin was away. But she tried to push it off. She always felt this way when he left. After about 30 minutes passed, the table set and ready, Austin still wasn't home. Amanda started to pace the room, not able to sit down. Austin never usually took this long. But Amanda didn't worry, not even now, that Austin would ever be disloyal to her. But she started to get concerned. What if he was hurt? Amanda tried calling him, but no answer. Eventually, she called his office, after an hour of waiting, and he still wasn't home. "Hello?" A male voice answered the phone. "Hello," Amanda said softly. "My husband, Austin, was coming into work this afternoon to stop by and grab something. But he's not home yet. I was wondering if he was there, by any chance." There was a pause on the line. Finally the man answered. "He never showed up here." Amanda felt her stomach drop, and she clung tightly onto the edge of the countertop, so that she didn't fall over. "Thank you," she whispered, the sound barely audible, then she hung up. If he never showed up for work, where could he be then? Amanda started to panic, calling everyone she could to see if they had seen Austin anywhere, and she always got the same answer. Finally she racked up the courage and strength to make the call she was dreading to make. The phone only rang once before a calm woman's voice answered. "Hello, this is the emergency rooms. How may I help you?" "Hello," Amanda managed to choke out of her closed throat. My husband was running to his office. And he never made it there. I was wondering if she trailed off. Unable to speak, only thinking of the absolute worst. Last name? She stuttered. Williams. She finally managed to say. Yes, the woman's voice on the other side answered. I do believe a Mr. Williams did show up here. She paused, but said nothing more. Amanda panicked again. He's there. Now. Can I see him? Can I talk to him? Ma'am, the woman said softly, but a hint of something more, sadness for Amanda, longing to comfort her. I'm afraid to tell you, your husband he got in a car crash on his way to work. I'm sorry for your loss. Amanda could say no more. She broke down into tears, no longer bothering to hang up the phone. Ma'am? The nurse on the phone said. What? Amanda whispered. I'm sorry, is there anything we can do? Amanda shook her head while answering, no, her voice broke. She hung up the phone, her head hanging low, tears streaming down her face. She grabbed her keys, climbing in her car, headed toward the hospital. In her car was a picture and a note from her husband. It read, just in case, I'll always love you,